It's my son there. Hey, I'm Patty Wilson. This is Patty's Playhouse. Not today. It's not a playhouse. I'm sitting in my truck at the Tallahassee Police Department. I am leaving, and I was invited to the press conference today held by Chief Revell on an update for Lori Paige, who went missing June 3rd, 2023. Her father's story was during the middle of the night. Lorie went missing, and by the time he got home from work, she was gone. 2 weeks prior to that, she did run away, but she went to school. She loved school, so she went to school. She didn't have shoes on. Something bad happened to not have your shoes and run away. She was staying in an abandoned property nearby her house and the school. She lived on Continental Court in a 1-bedroom apartment with her father. For a while, he had a girlfriend there, but she joined the service, so she left. She left the area. He reported her missing. There was a lot of confusion in town about her missingness, her being gone. Was it a runaway? Was she missing? I say that because this is the part that's hard for me. Not that it would have changed the outcome, because it wouldn't, right? Nothing changes that outcome. But what makes it challenging for me is why is this doing this? Is the missing flyer. The missing flyer was put up. She was found. The missing flyers were taken down. She went missing again. Father calls law enforcement. There was so much confusion about, was she missing? Was she a runaway? Where was she? So hard. That's the part that's so hard. But at the time, that was just so hard for me. I had so much guilt because I have the largest community group in Tallahassee, and we took her photo down, and then we put it back up, and then we took it down. And then once I figured out the storyline and that she was really missing, and I was notified of it, I didn't take it down again. It's up now. Margie Summers was the only one who searched for Lori Paige. She called my buddy, Rudy Ferguson, who's a pastor in the area. And it's a very poor area, right? Very, very poor. Why is this whole thing like, God, I don't want to share my referral link. I'm sorry, I'm going to do this. It keeps saying, share your referral link. Why? I don't want to do that. How do you get rid of it? Margie Paige was like her teacher's aide. I don't know what the term is now. There's a different term. Everything's different. But anyway, she was the teacher's aide. And she liked Lorie. And she kept in touch with Lorie. She cared about Lorie. She knows Lorie's birthday. I guarantee you her damn parents didn't. So Andrew Wiley gives a story, and that's all it is a tale. It says, I went to work. He had to be work at midnight, 11 o'clock, according to my son. It's his shift hours at Jefferson Correctional. He gets home. She's gone. About I don't know, when we started searching for her again, like grid searching February or something last year. TPD was out, Tallahassee Police Department was out helping us. No, it was more than that. It was a cleanup day. It was a roadway cleanup day over by the sheriff's department. So I don't know the date right now. We're walking and talking and handing out flyers, and I printed flyers, the town printed flyers, everybody printed flyers. If you needed flyers, we handed out flyers. Rudy calls Andrew Wiley, the dad, Rudy Ferguson. He says to me, Patty, calls me Wilson. He's like, Wilson, Andrew Wiley's coming. I was like, Andrew Wiley's coming? I was like, well, he freaking should show up. It's his kid. So he shows up. He's in his prison work clothes, looking like shit, tired. Sheriff McNeil comes out, introduces himself. He goes, I had no idea. Because at that point, Tallahassee Police Department didn't communicate with the Sheriff's Department. No one communicates. Nobody. McNeil didn't know about it. It occurred in the city limits. So McNeil introduces himself. He's going to an event. We're still all cleaning up. Hour and a half we talked to Andrew Wiley. I peppered him with questions. I was like, seems innocent. Then things changed. He told us in this whole hour and a half conversation. I was like, well, where's her grandmother? Have you talked to the grandmother? Do you know anything about the grandmother? Has anyone ever talked to her about the grandmother? Anyone talked to her recently? Rudy lives in the same neighborhood as the grandmother. He said, him hawing around. He said, I said, well, we need the grandmother's help. I mean, if we're not going to have the mom's help and you're not going to help, because that's what I said, we need the grandmother's help. Like, why would a grandmother not be out there? He said to all of us, there were, my friend Lala was there, her friend Margie was there, Rudy was there, so 5 or 6 people. He said, I'm going to go over and talk to her. We all split up. We go to lunch. I said, Rudy, call Rudy a couple hours later. Rudy, have you heard from the grandmother? No. He goes, Patty, I don't think he went. I said, I don't think so either. He looked tired. Maybe he was tired. Couple days later, I will never forget it. I said, I talked to Lala. I said, Lala, she's not in this county. It was about the time they had done pond dredges, and I mean, they were really searching. They weren't searching in the beginning, let's face it. But that point, they were really, really searching. I said, she's not here. He goes, what do you mean? I said, she's not here. Well, I said, she's not here. I said, there's literally no, I mean, the trafficking just story never went to me. It never bought that she was picked up and trafficked. At that time of year, the students are graduating and moving out. It's a very transient area. But it's light out late. But she's a dark-skinned girl and matured for her age. So she would have gone unnoticed. But I'm like, no one's going to pick her up. I'm like, I just didn't believe it. I said, I just bet she's not here. I said, they've not found one trace of her in all of this dredging, all of these grid searches, not a shred of clothing, nothing. She's not here. When we were talking to Andrew Wiley, I said, what kind of backpack did she have? She had a backpack. He said it was tie-dyed. I said, what do you mean tie-dyed? Do you mean tie-dyed in like old t-shirt tie-dye? Like hippie tie-dye? Sorry, my hand. Was it like a swoosh? I remember saying that. Was it like a painter swoosh? Or was it like different colors, like drops of paint, like tie-dye? He said, I don't know. He goes, I don't know what you mean. I said, like if you had a paintbrush and you brushed something and it looked like a paintbrush, or was it truly tie-dye? And he goes, oh, it's tie-dye. Tie-dye. Okay. Very confident of the tie-dye. What color? He said, I don't know. I said, what do you mean you don't know? I was not nice at that point, I don't think. I mean, we were all tired. It was hot. And I was like, was it like a pastel? Was it bright colors? Was it nothing? Let's say a word. So then I thought, holidays, weeks, it's probably weeks later, after the dredging of the ponds and over off San Luis, they're doing the mission, they're dredging everything. I said to my friend Lala, she's not there. They're not going to find her there. I said, that backpack is gone. She's gone. Because I asked him in that parking lot, what was she wearing? I don't know. You don't know. Now, I didn't drill him on that right away, but we went back to it. And then advanced 2 weeks later, I'm like looking at the apartment. It's a 1-bedroom, 640 square foot apartment. How could he not know what she was wearing? She probably only had like 2 pair of pants and 2 pieces of clothing. He tells us in this parking lot conversation that Miranda, Lori's mother, dropped her off, didn't give a shit about her. She was unkept. She wasn't feminine. She wasn't female. Wasn't like a girl. Didn't know how to do her hair. Didn't know how to do her dreads. Nothing. He took her shopping. He did all of this stuff. Well, Andrew Wiley, if you took her shopping, you'd freaking know what color clothing she had. So then we skip that. Somehow it came around to, why'd you move? Because he moved to Thomas County. Why'd she move? Why'd you move? He said, I couldn't afford to live there. Fair. He said, I told law enforcement, I told the detective I was moving. I had to move. They were going to raise my rent. That's, I get that. I'm the realtor. Fantastic. He changed his phone number. He changed his phone number. Andrew Wiley. Andrew, why'd you change your phone number? Oh, I just didn't want to take any more calls about it. Detective told me I didn't have to answer calls or talk to media, so I didn't. She said, you don't have to talk to media if you don't want to, so I didn't. I just changed my number. At that point, I don't know. We didn't say much about that, but we certainly did at lunch. And then I was like, he fucking changed his phone number. So even if all that other stuff is true, and Lori's trafficked, or Lori's run away, or Lorie found a boyfriend, or whatever the story was, she can't call you. She can't call you, dude. He looked us right in the eye. I mean, right in the eye. He goes, I need flyers. We have flyers. He goes, I'm desperate. He goes, I put thousands of miles on my car searching for her, riding up and down the street. I said, well, one thing you might help is you go to media. And media will help you. People will help you. I need flyers. I'm going to take the flyers to Alabama. You're going to take the flyers to Alabama and Georgia. Well, today at the press conference, he searched for places to hide a body with bodies of water in Alabama and Georgia. Every time one of these fucks says something, these murderers, they always give you little bits of the truth. Every time. Whether it's driving down Truscott, or I need flyers to drop off in Alabama and Georgia. I just got to drive. He goes, ma'am, I'm just driving up and down the roads looking everywhere for her. I put thousands of miles on my car. Tires look good. So let's go to the computer. I said, did they take your computer? He said, no. They didn't take my computer. I said, okay, they didn't take your computer. I said, well, she liked this Roblox thing, right? She was a child. She liked computer games. I said, well, I don't know a lot about it, but I have grandchildren. And there are like groups, there's chats and all this, which is very dangerous, by the way. And there's groups and chats, that maybe, can you go in and check? He goes, I don't know how to do that. I said, well, I do. I said, I'll look for you. I'll look for you on your computer. Can I see your computer? No. He's no. I wouldn't have let myself look at the computer either, but here we are. He goes, no. I said, okay. I said, but, it could be some kid knew something about something. No. It's okay. And what about your phone? She didn't have a phone. So, advance to today. Lala and I have been driving up to Thomas County, driving to the correction facility where he used to work. looking around, trying to find his Charger, like his Dodge. Where's he driving to? What's he doing? Where would he hang out? If he would hang out here, where are the woods? Like, where's the cemetery? We drove cemeteries. We drove farms. Like, we just drove up and down dirt roads. We were close. We were close on the theory. It was a plantation burn. But we were close on the theory, for sure. So he drops her body off wherever he dropped her. And then he moves up nearby. So we were very close. We just drove around. We didn't get out. Except I like old cemeteries, so we did do that. But that was separate. But it's just the whole theory. Like, she had to be there. She had to be in Thomas or close to the prison. She had to be. His whole timeline was a lie. And I don't know how long it took me to figure that out. Because I was like, we're just believing his timeline. I said, he probably had a day and a half to murder her and get rid of her. We know they've searched his car. So she had to be alive. When he searched his car and they found nothing in the car, she had to be alive. She had to be. She probably thought, we're going for ice cream. Who knows? Who knows what the tale was? I hate him. I hate him for standing there and talking to us for so long, knowing what he did to that child. I hate him. I hate that this story didn't get the play that Sebastian Rogers got. It really bothers me. I hate that until Nancy Grace called the Tallahassee Police Department, nothing big really ever happened. I hate it. I hate that he was allowed to walk around free for almost 2 years. I hate that she didn't have shoes when she ran away. I hate that her mother is a twat. I'm sorry for her mother because she's lost her child, but that was another one who refused to look for her daughter. Refused. She refused to cooperate. She refused to cooperate. She's like, you can't make me cooperate. Who says that? I hate that there's children born in this community that their parents don't give a shit about the outcome of their decisions. The cases I follow: Wendy Adelson, Crystal Rogers, Lori Vallow, Karen Reed. They don't care what they're doing to their partner or their child. They do not care. They don't care. So, it's not what I was going to talk about today. My heart is just broken for Margie Summers. That too. I mean, I'm sure Miranda will eventually understand the depth of her mistakes. I feel sorry for Andrew Wiley's family, who did nothing to deserve this. A brother who loved him, a mother that's rolling over, who cared for Andrew, who passed away from cancer, who he obviously relied on very much, but he's just nothing but a puke and a letdown. So my heart goes out to the family. My heart goes out to Miranda, but she did not help this at all. And that was a choice. How does a mother not want to look for her child? Somebody's going to have to help me on this, because how do people threaten other mothers with their child? And it's okay. It's all okay. Life goes on for those people. Life's going to go on for Miranda. Life's going to go on for the extorter. Wendy, she's had 11 years. Lori Paige is just flat out insane. She didn't count. Brooks Houck had 10 years. When is law enforcement going to start listening and stop condemning the victim? How can Miranda Paige not look for her child? Even Susan Smith faked it. She faked the search. Anyway, I better go. WC, you can see them here. They're still here. I want to know why that thing keeps showing up. I don't understand. Anyway, wants me to share a referral link. I'll share the link just to get this out of here. I'm just going to share it just to get it out. This is nuts. I can't see the... I don't understand. Sorry, I got to move my... Oh, there you go. Now I can see it. No, it's still the stupid referral link. This is stupid. Anyway, I'm going to go because I'm depressed. Hold on, let me see if the Chief's coming out. Stefan, will anyone answer questions? Are you going to get questions from anybody?
Oh, no. We only spoke to Mr. Ferguson.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to go. I don't have anything else. I'll come on tomorrow after I've calmed down and stop hating people. I really do. And you know what's even a bigger bite? That shit is a correction officer. So his mugshot, I'm going to have to do a FOIA request. His mugshot will be private. The victim's a minor, so we may not know a lot. Here's what this chief gave me. Oh, it's just what he wrote. It's just what he said in his statement. He gave us a copy of it. June 3rd, Lori Paige is reported missing. February 2nd, I'm going to have to go back. A phone is seized from his residence. A forensic analysis uncovers questionable internet searches. But he had already moved to Thomasville at that point. Here's a big clue I can't really talk about. Based on digital evidence, detectives begin searching a remote brushed area. I can't really talk about that right now. Here is a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 agencies that help with this. I'm sorry for the camera. I'm not used to doing this in my car. To follow up, I'm Patty Wilson, and this is Patty's Playhouse. And Lori Paige is no longer. They were able to confirm it this morning. It was the confirmation. They've arrested her father, Andrew Wiley. Lived here in Tallahassee for a while. He's from Miami. His brother lives here. His brother works for the school district. Leon County Schools. It's all going to come out, so. But he didn't do anything wrong, so I'm not going to say who he is right now. Her mother's a twat, but she deserves our... It's hard for me to even say it, so I'm just not going to say it. Heartfelt thoughts and prayers. Go look for your kid, lady. Who I love right now and need to love on is Margie Summers and Rudy Ferguson, who took it on the chin in this town and continued to search for this child. Margie Summers and Rudy Ferguson. And I know that we don't talk about children much on Patty's Playhouse, but we will talk about this one. I will be at every hearing I can go to, every arraignment, every first appearance, everything. I will. And he's going to look me in the eye again, and I'm going to enjoy it. It is a second-degree murder charge because, like this town, death penalty really isn't on the table, but that's probably best. I did see Chris Corbett today. Said hi to him, had a chat. I saw a couple people that are familiar with the Adelson case, and they recognized me because of the hair. Which is very nice. It was nice I was let in the building. It was really nice. And I was let in the building. I was let in the press conference. And I very much thank Tallahassee Police Department for including me. It was very, very nice. I had a hard time standing there, and I really appreciated it. The chief was very clear, no questions, and that's that. So I hope you enjoy your Friday evening. Please, please go love on your kids. Please. And to those of you who watch that think children are dispensable or children are just, I can't right now. Well, let me explain. I'm telling you. People close to me, if you're going to extort someone and threaten their child, I will not stop. I got 5 years, lady. 5 years for you. Things like this happen, and I'm all in at that point. Anyway, I'll see you all tomorrow. I hope you enjoy your weekend. It's Palm Sunday. And it's going to be hopefully a beautiful, beautiful day. Take care, everyone. I'm sorry I couldn't reply to the comments because StreamYard on your phone is not your friend. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.